Greetings and welcome to episode 9.6 of Heavy Detail. And today we're going to be working on the Gillingham seaside. And yes, I'm going to be talking for this video. Not something you normally see with the time lapses, but I should, because this one's going to be a super long one. It's like 30 something minutes, which is incredible. I put a lot of work. And yeah, so if you've been wondering what's been going on, I haven't had any new episodes recently, and that is just because I have lost almost all my inspiration. Well, not quite. I've lost a lot of inspiration for this map, and I'm kind of getting a bit tired of it. Which might seem weird to say when there's like barely any of it done, but I'm starting to see that I'm having more time where I'm losing the will to like build in this map and building in other maps like my EU City project. So yeah, I'm thinking about ending this series soon. Probably at episode 10 might be the last one. It's just gonna be a bunch of cinematics of the map. So look for that one. But I may not. I'm on the fence about that one. I still don't know. I'm very indecisive when it comes to that. Anyway, so I'm just gonna be talking here for a few minutes and kind of telling what I'm building and what my ideas behind this are. So we get a lot done, and we build a lot of the area around Gillingham. So what we need to do next is go into Gillingham and actually complete it. I've been avoiding it because I really don't know what I want to do in there. So it might come soon. It probably won't, though. But yeah, we're just working on the area around it. Currently working on Roundabout, which they're everywhere in Britain, because yeah. And this area we're working on with all the roads is going to be a big peninsula. It's in real life it's estuary of two rivers, so the Thames comes in, and I don't know what the other one is. But the two rivers come in there, and we're just going to turn it into this something similar to what we did over on the other side of the Thames estuary. This sort of like not very big and well-known seaside area, but like there's still some stuff around it, like caravan parks and the whole shebang. But right now we're working on field roads, so we're gonna have all the fields in here. We're not gonna be doing the other type of field in this area as what's south of us, that very dark green one. We're gonna be doing a more general type, something again like what's across the Thames estuary. And we're over by here, by the ferry terminals, which I still think are some of the best things I've ever done. We're also going to be adding in a new bus line, which is going to be the B152, and it's going to be running around Gillingham. It's literally just going to run down the main area of Gillingham and then out onto the peninsula and just service that small town over there. Because yeah, it's one of the big things I wanted to do with this series, was to have like a lot of depth into what it is. It's not just like trains, but it's also going to be like boats, and there's also going to be planes, even though there's like only two airports actually. Only one that's actually has stuff around it. Well, actually no, I take that back. There's another airport over near Southend, which is Southend London International, or sort of interpretation of it. So working on pushing up the motorway, and we're going to build a small cliffside area along this road. So that way you can get a nice view over the water, and I believe you'll be able to see Isle of Chevy. I'm not sure. I think you are. Anyway, you'll be able to see out, over the water from this road over the highway and all that. I like to do these sometimes. It's just that I feel like these would be like roads people purposely drive on just to get an extra view of everything that's around them. So we're rocking it up. Yeah, we're gonna put trees and bushes in there. I mean, all this is pretty self-explanatory. I just need to fill time. But yeah, you can see I'm taking inspiration from over by some houses in Southend. And we're also be doing some general work like just smoothing, and don't think we're gonna stray too far, but do a lot done. Like, this is probably, I believe, the farthest we'll stray from the actual focused area. Because I need a way to transition from the Isle of Sheppey sort of aesthetic over into, like, this middle ground, which is, like, a big meeting point from the sort of darker fields into the more general fields by Southend, and as well as the island of Sheppey mixing. It's a big intersection, which hopefully will be done right. Fingers crossed. Anyway, grassing this up because this is sort of supposed to be like a swampland feel. I looked at Google Earth and I kind of like, huh, interesting. When I did the Island of Sheppey build, you guys never saw that one, did you? No, you didn't. I mean, there's no video of it, so you only take my word for it. But we're just working over here on fencing. Yeah. I'm still relatively new to this. I'm not used to talking to myself. We're gonna do a little road that goes nowhere for now, but I don't know if I want to do something like a small house or a boat launch maybe. Because as you can see, there's some areas on the Sheppey Island. I don't think you actually can. There's some areas on the Sheppey Island that had boat launch where you could put your boat into the water. It's somewhere over there. Actually, it's probably in the intro, so if you saw that in the intro. Then we come, okay. We're coming over to here, and I'm going to use the older ground textures to sort of make this marshland feel. So I used the water one to create, like, where thicker areas of water would be, but the mud, this browner, muddier texture is, like, a good mud. And I like to coat it around, so that way it gives it, like, it's not instantly just water, but it's, like, mud. As you can see, it's, like, that's kind of makes more sense than just being like all water. Yeah. Alright, we're expanding over here by what we did in episode, was it episode 8.5? We did this area? It wasn't too long ago, because it was one of the first 0.5 episodes. But anyway, we're coming around there. You can see the bridge, and the intros would have been redone, so I guess if you didn't notice that, yeah, the intros have been redone, just because we've updated 2 areas. And yeah, it was looking a bit weird to see these outdated flyby shots on the intro cinematic, so I've updated those. Right now we're planning out, there's going to be a small town here, which is going to be a really small town. The only real purpose to it is just to be a house for like shops for people when they go caravanning. Because we're going to have a lot of caravan parks over here. Currently building a small residential area. Not one of those, it's not really that dense, it's just houses on a small street. Yeah, overall this area is not going to be that dense. Driveways. And this area will be enclosed as well. It's pretty self-explanatory. So as I said earlier, that town is part of the bus route. And here we are, we're pulling out the bus routes now. You can see everything that's around here. So the blue routes are going to be the I routes. And the I routes are inner city routes. They're mainly bus routes that go in between the major cities, and they also stop at the smaller towns that I've created myself. So you can see that a lot. As you can see here, we're creating the Gillingham B152, and the numbers are in consecutive order. So we do have a B153, a B154, a B155, etc. I think it only goes up to B157 though. And I believe the inner city ones take after that. Yeah, getting the buses on. I'm using older ones, not those bendy buses, because it seems a bit odd to see something that nice on more of a local and non-total city route. Like if there's something that's just inside a city, I would do something one of those bendy buses, but not here. Then I'm working on an industrial estate because I cannot get over these. Because it's like we have the actual warehouses that they use all over the place. And it just... Oh, you're going to see so many of these. And especially I want to increase the amount of these sort of industrial areas as we get closer to London. As the closer we get to London, it's probably one of the only major industrial areas in the entire south of England. So we're sort of going to try increase industrial density, as well as that also is more realistic to see more industrial. Just smoothing out here. I put a small little gravel area, so it's like they don't know what they're going to do with that yet. They're just waiting to see what they want to do. So all it is for now is just literally a patch of gravel. And we're going to fence it off because it's going to be private property. I did something similar to that in episode 9. Adding a small border around here. I try not to keep those bush rows, the BLS fences mod. I try not to keep those bush rows like just one continuous of like the thicker trees one all the time now, because I started realizing it looks way too repetitive. So like in good short sections it looks fine, but also I try to mix them now. Over here putting in trailers for like what would be parked up here, as this is going to be warehouse essentially. I mean, use of the asset, so I don't think I have the Viking trucks. Wait, no, I do. Oh well. I don't have those there. And yeah, we're gonna be coming around here. Yep, there you go. I'm gonna split those up. I like to do this in my roundabouts is to elevate them a little bit. So I like to elevate them, give a nice bush border, and then grass them up. I wish we had like proper British style road signs. If someone wants to make that, I'm starting to get into modeling, but I really am bad at it. Not the modeling part, but the actual texturing part. So if someone wants to make those signs, I'll be fine with that. So proper British road signs. Just making more fields in between this road and the highway. Also smoothing it out because I don't want the fences to look really weird. The fences are really reactive to like what the terrain below it is. So if there's the smallest dip and a fence post lands on it, it's gonna go in there and it looks super ugly. So I'm just trying to avoid that as much as possible. Now we're starting up on the actual suburbs, and the style for this is going to be a lot of the same building. So as you can see here, we're using this same building all throughout here. And it's going to be done like that in the other area. So we're going to have different buildings, but like in different sections. And we're also going to add trails in here just as like some way to keep, like, if people want to exercise in the neighborhood, they don't have to like go to a gym. They can stay inside the neighborhood and like go for a walk. I'm also going to add trees just to make it nicer. They will have a pool. I did something similar to another one that's farther down the highway. In another neighborhood, something similar to that. So yeah, this one's also going to have a pool. Which I think it's always nice to have one of these every once in a while. I don't know how often it would occur in British suburbia. I know in American they're quite common, but I don't know about what it would be like in Britain. I mean, this isn't supposed to be the 100% most accurate British detailing series you've ever seen, obviously because I'm not British. I'm just basing this off of what I know and what I see. So over here I'm adding a small like picnic site. And then I'm going to extend the road, as that road is going to have all the cars parked on it. I'm also adding these fences. The fences mod is really useful. I really like this metal fence that they have. It's a nice, like, not super big fence. I do mess up that fence quite a bit. We'll see later. It looks really weird. Yeah, it gets backwards. I try to redo it again. So as you can see, we're beginning to place all the cars. I'm using the bulldozer mod. That mod is so good. You can flatten anything, and you don't have to worry anything about train alignment collision. It's so good. So, coming over here, putting in trees, and now we have a small swimming pool. And that about wraps it up, I guess. We're coming to the end of the actual, like, portion without music. So long. I don't know if I'm going to have another episode out for episode 10. Episode 10 might be the end. So just be prepared. Doing a last bit of detailing here, and so long. Bye. Enjoy the music.
have heard.